hundreds of architectural structures, mosaics, and artifacts that bear witness to this fact. The Roman Catholic Church was used by Lucifer by way of a secret society within the church itself. The Jesuit order was indeed the hidden core and origin of the Catholic Church. This blasphemous so-called Society of Jesus was instrumental behind the plot of taking his name, his stories, and his history, mixing it into their Babylon mystery religious practices, and calling it Christianity. They do the work of Lucifer by confusing, then alienating those with whom the Messiah's message resonated most. They then deceive the masses by calling historically pagan days days of worship, holy days, or holidays. They are disguised as Christian with the use of some rather far-fetched stories and some not very well thought-out lies, cloaked in Babylon mystery religion. The Roman Catholic Church sent the Jesuit order to spread this newly disguised version of ancient Babylonian Lucifer worship across the known world. They concentrated much of their efforts on indigenous and brown peoples. Think missionary position. They masked fallen angels, demons as saints, and this imposing of spirit worship upon African peoples, like the Lukumi of Nigeria, has led to the infestation of temperamental spirits such as the Orishas, a Roman Catholic-influenced Santeria, Yoruba, Vodun, and Shango. The influence of Lucifer worship began in the motherland and resurfaced to once again curse the dark continent as the madness of the European man when possessed of the Luciferian power, engulfed like a plague, spreading evil worldwide. Yashua, or Jesus' teachings, were to offer salvation from the enslavement of the pagan material world made famous by ancient Babylon. The powers that be that seized control over the civilized world since ancient Babylon remained in control by way of bloodlines through intermarriage and crown consolidation. And even an average collegiate history major will attest to the fact that the amount of interrelated royalty, presidents, emirs, and top generals of history is beyond the realm of any logical coincidence. A simple search in Wikipedia or Google will land you irrefutable evidence of family links between those bigwigs and the celebrities in the entertainment business. The star gods of war. You see, as it was in the days of Noah, the Babylon mystery system still has us worshiping stars as idols or gods. These famed individuals are interrelated in more ways than blood. Together, the lot of them form and shape the children of this world. And they have a secret they share, which they were brought to by way of some secret society or professional fraternity. So you have heard that it is not what you know, but who you know. Where positions of power and influence are involved, this is especially true. People of means belong to certain things. You can have money, you can have street cred, but you cannot buy the right to belong, the right to be revered, the right to be worshipped worldwide, like the stars. This is why celebrities are called stars of their fields. Generals are given stars. So are diligent elementary school students, kids. This is because within the system's society life is a secret. The secret is that they say they know who the true God of the world is. The first to want to be celebrated like a star, as the creator. The bright morning star of the Bible, the shining one, Lucifer, who is described as being able to disguise himself as an angel or being of shining, blinding light. Worship of him has been the big secret to success in the world, the mystery Babylon religion. A worship of Lucifer as the light bearer, their Jesus, and the one who set Adam and Eve free to explore the trials of the material world. We worship them and they worship Lucifer, causing us to inadvertently give love, reverence, and respect to his material way of life. We chase after the promises of stardom, robbing Peter to pay Paul so that we can feel like our lives are in some way par with our given idols. See 2 Corinthians 4:4. This worship is from the top down and is often represented by the pyramid, the very top levels of every secret society, fraternity, sorority, order, gang, national professional organization, political power, are filled with members who share a lot of secrets. That they share a big religious secret is indeed the biggest secret of all. Together, they are the body that represents the best in the world. Yet many achieve their status in the world due to family legacy and society connections. Common links in organizations and common links in bloodlines are the overall majority. Regardless of what religion, political affiliation, or set they claim, for the same is true among the most famed gangs. Their leaders worship the same God. The honorary degree, Magic in 33. In Babylon, at the top of the pyramid, the temple, or the stairway to heaven, was the all-seeing eye, Lucifer. The god of the secret societies is Lucifer, the prince of this world, known by many names. They, of course, consider him to be the one true God. So much the same love, reverence, and devotion that we offer to the God called Jehovah, Yahweh, or Yahweh, the God of the Hebrews, this same love and devotion and dedication is offered to their God, Lucifer, in exchange for worship from the uninitiated masses. Those of us who don't know represent the lower layers of the pyramid and are the bricks used to hold the structure up. Think the mortarboard hat of graduation. A mortarboard. Bricks. The Masons brag in their books that they created the public school system. Not your uncle the Mason, not your granddad. Chances are they weren't 33rd degree. Most people that reach Master Mason are satisfied that the 32nd degree is a high enough achievement. But the learned members of the Lodge understand that true success is reserved for the 33rd degree and above. This is the start of the honorary degree. They come and tap you for that one. Its origin and rituals were created by admitted Luciferians Albert Pike, founder of the KKK, and Aleister Crowley, who called himself the Beast, changed his name so that it would equal 666, and admitted to have sacrificed over 100 young boys in his magic rituals. They perfected and wrote philosophy for fellow members concerning the proper worship of Lucifer for the 33rd degree, the ones tapped to be unfrozen by the true source of the light, the fire of Lucifer. They rise in degree from 32 degrees to 33 degrees. Others remain frozen blue in the lower blue lodges. The red lodge is more exclusive, and it is for this reason, representations of fire and blood, of course, that it is red. Think red pill, blue pill in the Matrix, in Total Recall. Aleister Crowley had a famous phrase that became known as the satanic Luciferian golden rule. Man, do as thou wilt. In other words, be free. Do what you want to do. The land of freedom and liberty, or liberty, epitomizes this. So Lucifer is worshipped in many attractive and diverse forms. He was a beauty in heaven and manipulates our perception of beauty on earth. He offers stardom, beauty, as Lady Liberty, as Isis, the mother goddess, as well as in the Greek mythological hero Prometheus, freedom, knowledge, wisdom. Prometheus is a unique representation of Lucifer, especially here in Detroit, where they play him off as the spirit of Detroit. A grander, golder representation of Prometheus can be found outside at Rockefeller Plaza in New York. Now, Prometheus' story was that he journeyed to the domain of the gods, stole fire, which represented knowledge and power from them, and gave it to man, thus dawning his new age of enlightenment. Lucy is Latin for light. Fer is from the Latin ferrier, meaning a bearer or to bear. Lucifer means light bearer, and so the elite keep to themselves this light or illumination by open worship of this fallen angel as various representations. Some male, like Enki, Prometheus, Ra, Baal. Others female, like Venus, Diana, Isis, Inanna, and Ishtar. Don't be confused. The names change, but the game's the same. A promise to be as God. A deception. A conception. The same story over and over and over again that began as a satanic union of serpent father, human mother, and hybrid son. The mother and son mate in this Babylonian religious story, creating a son in unholy bond. The father is murdered, a theme much reflected in star psychiatrist Sigmund Freud's relating of the American males to Oedipus. Oedipus is a Greek myth that is also based on this Babylon religion and its father-mother-son story. Venus and her beauty, Isis and her magic, Semiramis, queen of ancient Babylon and her whoredom. These are celebrated today as forms of Lucifer, hidden in plain sight, hidden from the plain sight of many members, as there are indeed those who are less active in their religious faith and only know themselves to be worshippers of Ra or daughters of Esther and do not know how to recognize this Lucifer worship in disguise. Black Masons are especially key to the overstanding of the Illuminati religion of Mystery Babylon because they are played by a Hegelian-styled game that goes back to, before the days of slavery in the South. Racism is not so much a real product of human behavior as much as it is used to divide and confuse, to manipulate. Think Albert Pike and his great work of creating the KKK. Racism was the excuse to keep something from someone so that upon receiving it, they will stuff themselves with it until it kills them dead. The 70s energy was Aquarian, and therefore some informational pressure had to be released. Think Dr. Kinsey and Hugh Hefner releasing simultaneous books sparking a sexual revolution. This is when some truths, especially those withheld from society in order to later create fascination, were let out concerning black history. There were also massive lies like roots used to confuse blacks and whites alike. The civil rights movement led naturally to a time of black pride, which cometh before the fall, promoted by the black sub-pop culture, and its leaders inevitably become our unelected, ineffective leaders and spokespersons today, stirring up racial strife and emotional discord. These black overseers for the elite are given positions of power, influence, and authority without being elected by the people they supposedly represent. Oprah, Sharpton, Jesse, Lewis, the black elite cover many aspects of black stereotypical characterizations. They are ran to by the illuminous corporate media for their official black opinion. They were selected because of a pre-displayed willingness in each to serve the elite and promote certain agendas by never mentioning certain concerns and hyping up others. Everyone is a member of either the Boule or some other Masonic derivative and subject to promotion by way of this secret system, which, as its own authors state, such as Albert Pike and Aleister Crowley and Manly P. Hall, is the secret and sacred worship of the fallen one Lucifer. He offered the gift of knowledge, wisdom, or in Hebrew, Sarah smile, to mankind. He offered sweet freedom. Lucifer, when depicted as Babylonian goddess Queen Semiramis, is interesting. We find that Semiramis is both mother and wife of Nimrod, king of Babylon. Semiramis is said to have descended from the heavens in a giant egg. Sounds like there's an alien slant here. Lady Gaga and Mork from Ork aren't so original after all. Many women in the entertainment business are used as dedications and representations to and of Queen Semiramis, Queen of Babylon, Queen of the Night, like Whitney Houston played in The Bodyguard. This black Queen of Babylon was an enchantress, a sorceress or witch, a priestess whore who offered sexual salvation for gold on the altar of the temples of Babylon. She is the otherworldly author of sex magic and a feminine representation of Satan. Alien to planet Earth, she offers a type of rocket love. Singers pine for her to shoot them up and call her their private joy, a starship to success. Worship of her and participation in her sex rituals invite demonic beings and fallen angels to possess the partakers. The participants are fooled into believing that these beings will aid them in every aspect of worldly success. When ancient rites of demonology, long kept sacred by Masons as the secret keys of Solomon, are employed, alongside psychological mind control manipulation techniques, these entertainers and stars of every walk of life merge spirit and personality into a blend that makes for great trash TV and tabloid fodder. But a disassociated and tormented life is what is in reality produced, whether it is used for display or not. For true believers, this end seems elementary. The blessings or so-called blessings of Lucifer come to an end. There comes a time to pay the piper, and for chickens to come home to roost. Entertainers who come from modest and humble beginnings are enchanted by promises of a better life by Luciferian music business mobsters. The top levels of the mob are involved in these illuminations. terrorist groups. Mazzini of the original Mafia. His name is the M in the anagram. He literally put the M in Mafia and was a member of the Brotherhood, an influence in Rome, and an agent of the Pope. Documents bear witness to the